Yo, how is everybody? You're back. Everything's gone late. I had a meeting that I thought was supposed to be half an hour. It turned into an hour. I had a webinar thing that I wanted to attend. I thought it was half an hour. It turned out to be an hour and a half. So the fact that I'm here at all is a miracle. But hi, how are you? We are here. May have fixed a bug yesterday. I think we fixed a bug. Let's start with some good news. So at the beginning of yesterday, you could go into a dungeon, you could leave the dungeon, and you'd be outside the dungeon. If you went into a dungeon after that, it wouldn't quite work. That's the problem now. You went into a dungeon not on the starting tile. Hopefully. Hi Egg, what are you up to? What are you up to? I'm late mode. Now I feel like I need to rush everything. But we'll come soon. Okay, so we're gonna go out to the dungeon, we'll leave the dungeon, and see that everything's static. And that's good. That's what we wanted to happen yesterday. Now we just need to go back into the dungeon, come out, and everything. You didn't do anything you planned yesterday? What did you plan? Didn't you say something about overlays? Do you have any overlays done? Look at my horrible gamer posture. Overlay stuff. That's cool. What kind of overlays did you do? I guess I'll have to stop by the stream to find out. What are you planning? Big heist? We'll see. Went into a dungeon. We came out. Here we are. Here's the dungeon. It looks like it's supposed to. Looks like it's where it's supposed to. That's the other dungeon that I didn't go in. And you can kind of see the top of the tent. So we went into a dungeon. We came out. Everything works great. Next problem is that going back into that dungeon and coming out then messes everything up. That's the thing, right? You didn't do anything. I mean, I almost never plan. That's me. Like, plans are almost a waste. But then I get into a situation where it would have been good if I had anything planned out. Just assume that you're being productive. Plans are good, right? For normal humans. Just get bored of planning. Everything here is now offset. One whole chunk. Really annoying. Not a first time bug. Not a second time bug. The third time bugs are the worst. So, yeah. And everything seems to be going through the same code. So I'm also a little bit confused why some of these are problematic. Yes. We are. This goes 400, 200. This goes 400, 200. They come from this. I go all the way up here. That's unaltered. They all come from the same place. So that means I actually have a math bug that I actually need to work out. So we'll probably do that real slow today. Real slow. Meanwhile, I'm open to any distractions. At least you had pizza for breakfast, so that's something. That is something. Not that it matters, but are you a reheated person? I like pizza fresh. I like pizza cold. And I can do it reheated in the oven. Everyone's like, oh yeah, you just put water in the microwave. And I'm like, then it turns into rubbery crap. I can't. long as it's pizza, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, cold pizza is great. I actually really enjoy cold pizza. But as soon as you make the dough into like some sort of rubbery resurrected thing, I'm there. What kind of pizza was it? Leftover pizza is amazing. Not good enough to leave a whole pizza just for, but part of this is I have to think correctly about what's supposed to be happening so I can have proper expectations. Like after a certain point, they should just all be offset by 200. Then, so the third time, these are all duplicates. Some things only happen twice, and some things only happen once. Seafood pizza. Interesting. And you have leftovers of meat lovers? There was a time in my life where meat lovers was the pizza. Nowadays, I don't eat pork, but my pizza anyway is just barbecue chicken. I will take any sort of regular tomato sauced pizza. They're all good. But yeah, barbecue sauce on the pizza. Chicken's where it's at for me for years and years. Actually, seafood is something I only started getting into the past, I don't know, 5 or so years. Yeah, it's something the wife prepares really well. Growing up, I just never had fish, even though I'm from Boston. But like, fish is all around us. I also didn't have a lobster until I went to Mauritius. Yeah, not a huge lobster fan. They're okay. All right. I don't know if I like them more and less than shrimp. Shrimp at least is just crunch all the way through. People sleep on margaritas? Margarita pizza. Any pizza's good though. I want pizza. I have the second half of my lunch if I end up eating. Thought I was hungry then. Rather have shrimp than lobster? Me too. I don't really binge shrimp. I do like a shrimp here and there. Okay, we need more stuff. More info. Test again. A little more info. I wonder who had the first idea to put seafood on pizza. The chance that it was there from the start, but there's another chance that, like, pizza's so terrestrial. Wait, you're doing nothing today. Sounds nice. It actually sounds really nice. Yeah, today's been a weird day. Like I said, I had a meeting, and then I checking out the Jenga FX Q2 update that was live on YouTube. Man, their liquid gen looks so good. I'm so excited. Nothing so far, at least. I don't know what time you're at exactly. Maybe the day is still young. But then you don't sleep, right? So time is arbitrary. Is there anything you're supposed to do? Do you have work that you're avoiding? Woke up like an hour ago? So you do sleep. That's good. Yeah, it's nice when you don't have anything. And that period of my life is ending for now. I would like it back, please. Not really any obligations? You don't have a job or anything? They're all zeroed out. This is -2. If it, okay, so we're already having a weird problem. We're starting at 0, and then it's not getting modified, but we have a setup position. Huh? How are these happening? That could explain a bit. Because later they do get modified. Confused. No. Still here. I think that's going to be the problem right there. Whatever's happening, like changing the positions and then resaving. Something like that. That is cool. Wait, so if you don't have a job, are you at school? Be some sort of oil baron. Yeah, okay. Everything's missing. Or I guess just offset. But they all come from the same place. There's something else is happening in the middle. You wish? I mean, it's the internet. You can pretend. Do you freelance? Is this too much? Should we be talking about something different? I like when blocks explode. Color game. Just like, why? Okay, wait. Oh, you're just coming from the radius. No, okay, so the one that the player is standing on, which doesn't get off. Everything comes from player position. Oh wait, an epiphany. When we're creating stuff, set up kind of like what's surrounding. Maybe it's all coming from here. Hmm. Could guess it could be that. You don't do anything? Pretty hard to have a job in your circumstance. You did a little bit of freelancing before 2022, but then that collapsed due to the event. Fair. Very fair. So now you're just here. Okay. Yeah, no, that's real. We'll just say you're a fellow freelancer. Sorry, the freelancing. Yeah, my freelancing has also kind of tanked. It's kind of picking up now, but. And I had a meeting earlier today where someone was trying to put together a project. We're doing like a second round of a project. She's talking with the studio, and the studio is trying to woo her into like paying lots and lots of money to get a lot of stuff done. And she's like, so they say they work in Unreal, and I'm just like, okay, hello, I'm awake, I'm paying attention. There's reasons we're not using Unreal, and I don't use Unreal. So yeah. Trying to untangle that whole fiasco. Who knows? Freelancing has got really weird through COVID for me. Especially I had a lot of medical clients, and obviously they got preoccupied. And now, I don't know, the economy is just weird and different. I need to find a new place to throw my portfolio and actually put my portfolio together. Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, what kind of stuff did you do for freelance? Doing this. This is. That's what I'm. There are multiple size. Okay. So I suppose it's supposed to actually be offset. Try this. Mostly helping out friends who are nice enough to pay you. I mean, that's cool. Nothing big, just hey, can you make this script in Godot? Can you edit my website? Cool. Website stuff, coding stuff, not too shabby. You'd be happy to help friends who pay? Oh yeah, definitely. If I had money, I'd be happy to pay friends. Might even consider helping non-friends who pay. See where you're getting at, but you gotta be cautious with that. Letting strangers give you money in exchange for goods and services? I don't know. But for real, the best clients should become friends or friendly acquaintances. Getting kind of sus? Yeah. Yeah, you need to have known them for at least 5 or 10 years first. Otherwise, you're probably moving too fast anyway. Anyway, Catalyst, how are you? Hi. How's your Wednesday? Because I know what day of the week it is. Are you impressed? I'm impressed. I would be impressed if I didn't, take effort to memorize that fact. Could be more productive? I'm sure there's some PM out there somewhere that's always saying it could be more productive. Mine, everything's been late. I had a meeting I thought was going to be half an hour, turned into an hour. I had a webinar for Jenga effects that I wanted to check out to see what their quarter 2 updates were. That I thought was going to be like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. It was an hour and a half. So, yeah, kind of productive. The first time or the second time? I think that's the first. And we broke everything. Love the unaltered. Yes? Alright, just a little step into it. Couldn't hurt, right? So yeah. And then I was trying to figure out what to actually do for stream. And I was like, well, last night I happened to get over that problem with the first time we lived. I was super excited. So I was like, you know what? It feels like we only have one thing left, and that's subsequent. So here we are, hoping that we're almost done with integrating the new system. And then we just have to figure out how to put Tetris patterns onto the world props. And then making settlements / villages. I think. And then we can spend some time on testing what numbers are good for each type of prop to put in each kind of place. Like, I think my big one is trying to get rocks to be on kind of flat surfaces. That way you don't have stretched terrain. You have all stretched terrain with like a nice looking rock on top of it. You know? So cha. And then yeah, I think it's called GeoGen, which is the new thing from Jenga FX. It looks a lot like what I'm doing, just like with higher detail and everything's on the GPU. But who knows when they're going to come out with their thing. I don't think it's going to be integrated into Unity at all. I think it's just going to be like export a mesh. So what I'm doing is still valid. But it triggered me a little bit. It's like, oh my god, we're working on the same thing, even in the same kind of method. You're trying to make particles rotate around a sphere like clouds, but you can't figure out how to make them grab to a surface for a boundary layer effect in Blender. It's like off the top of my head, it sounds like the thing to solve that would be like distribute on surface and then taking all of those points that get distributed and pushing them off on the normal if you need them not to be right on the surface. But if you just mean like you put the clouds together, they need to slip. Like over and under each other? I mean, would you need a buffer for that? Because then you're starting to talk about interaction. Wait, when does Blender come out with its simulation nodes? You need to slip over the surface. Confused. Slip could mean a lot of things in this context, I think. Idea not fast enough anyway. I mean, yeah. Isn't that the problem with Blender? It's always like the day after you need it, it's all available. I mean, probably closer to a week or a month, but you have a problem, you fix it, and then all of a sudden they have implemented your fix without talking to you at all. And your time has been wasted. Okay, in, out, in, out. That's why. Like, setup position's the same. I guess one problem could be if the chunk is changing its own world position. Something you might be able to do it if you used a high density mesh. You could use like the distance between the standard surface and then like raising the surface based off of like amount, doing like a 3D height map, I guess, around a sphere. And then you could kind of use that to start pushing things based off normal. Hey zombie, how are you today? Mr. Dangier? Catless Sone? Sone. That's even fancier. Oh, that's not what I meant, don't look. I need to get a new ID. I really do. I feel like an idiot. I should have done it a million years ago. Actually, zombie, what are you using for an ID? Also, what are you working on? Anything cool today? I guess, what else is on my mind? It's still hot, like it was yesterday. Answer in your own time. What? ID what? Okay, we're already lost. IDE. Oh, that's what I was talking about. So when you're programming stuff to mod Unity, what text editor are you using? Are you using something big and dumb like Visual Studio, which I absolutely hate? Stupid VS, okay. So zombie, if we were going to make a switch, you know, in solidarity, of course, what's the play? Are we going to roll up our sleeves and go, I guess it's like VS Code or something? I don't know. I liked mono develop. The only thing I would miss from Visual Studio is probably the peak. Like getting the, I think it's Alt F12 and it opens up a little window with the code that you're highlighting. Nice. That's it. It's the only thing I like. This is dry. How does this happen? How does this happen? World chunk position being 0, that's fine. Usable position, that needs to have shifted. I mean, you're moving by setup position. It's not this. But that's in for a good reason. Let's see it go horribly wrong. Because if it's going too low and then we're casting to an int, then yeah, we're just deleting any. You would switch if there was another ID that can open up VS solutions because you don't want to convert manually if you download a random project from the web. That's real. We're stuck on a crappy ecosystem. Does Atlassian have anything for that? Atlassian. I mean, they probably, I don't know, actually. I'm sure they have IDs that'll work with C#. Probably even integrate with Unity to some respect. But I don't know about converting VS projects. That would actually be really. Guy all in the world? Think you got better things to do? You meant to say JetBrains? I consider them very similar. But it would be cool, you know, like Photoshop and I think even After Effects have other programs that can either export that file type or can open that file type. I know it's surprising. I didn't think it was possible, but then I got Sony Vegas, the editing program, and it can export After Effects. Like, hell yes. So who knows? Maybe people are getting in on the like replace big dumb companies, big dumb programs kind of mentality. I would take that. That also reminds me, in the Jenga FX Q2 update that I was watching, which is literally why I was late today, there were many people that had comments in the live chat. They were like, please, please, please don't go anywhere near Autodesk. Autodesk will absolutely destroy your software. They'll buy you out and they'll just bury everything you've ever created. Like, oh, so nice hearing other people talk the truth. Other people, you know, completely disillusioned by the horrors of Autodesk. So seems so much more reasonable. Things are broken for other reasons. Oh, or I just shoved it in the wrong direction. This is doing nothing at all. So I guess we're stuck. Okay, what if we put it this way? All right, we'll reframe. So, Zombie, what if when you decide to make your own game from scratch or whatever, right? Maybe this all groups into the same thing. Maybe I'm not actually solving anything. Yeah, I don't usually need to open other people's VS projects. So, I wonder if there's ever a time in your life where that wouldn't be a thing you have to do. I guess I should also assume that the way you work is probably the way you're going to work in some style. I always have Visual Studio just to open other people's projects and look at stuff. And then when you write stuff, it's in. Again, I don't know. I don't even have like a solution. I hate to say that Unity might also be part of my problem. That when you create a new file in Unity, it pops open Visual Studio without the file open. So then you have to go back to Unity and double click the folder, and then it will pop up Visual Studio with the file. I absolutely despise that. Then I have to assume that's Unity just being too stupid and feeling the need to open, right? Wait a second. I'm gonna try this one more time, but I think it's always broken now. Might be a good thing. And I just have to like undo this. Maybe, mayhaps. Need consistency. Problem with it. Might this work. Ignore me. ThinkFX also has a survey for people that might potentially use their software. They're asking like, so what particle systems do you use? What kind of like simulation things are we actually replacing? And Bifrost was not on their list. I had to actually do other. I guess shows how bad it is. The first time. That was the first. So what if we do nothing? Yeah, let's use still in between projects. Be refreshing? Question mark. Kinda. Cool. Wonder if there'll ever be a time where I'm between projects. It might actually be scary. That would be a time either in the distant future or maybe the near future where I've actually shelved this for reasons. I'll think about that. Or put the other way, on top of a pile of unfinished projects. Cool, interesting. Nice full healing bench. I think we're good. Okay, we're out. We're in front of the dungeon. Is a good sign. Are there any projects I don't know about? Car. Cobalt an unfinished project? And if so, what's unfinished about that? Oh, failed. That was really hopeful. We still have these things going on. I guess this kind of fixed. I feel like this gets called to find out where to create new chunks. See what that does. Just like walk spawning stuff. Might be procrastinating. And yeah, if it was easy to finish projects, we'd all have a million finished projects. Gonna love the pile. Yeah, you have quite the pile yourself. With no help from me trying to pile on. Finish. Jeez. So close. Oh, I got it bigger instead of smaller. Another mod breaking update. Wait, is this still a townscaper? Yeah. It is townscaper. It's ripe to become a project again. All you have to do is pull that one string that unravels everything. Wait, TLD again? Just released? Good on them. How many mods do you have to fix? Wait, and is that related to the Discord pic you shared earlier? And it's like, what do I do now? And you're like, well, you fix it. Like, I don't want to fix it. And you're like, well, yep, you delete it. So we're in. I need to just think. It came out, right? I was just completely baffled as to why did it work the first time? Like I was on the Townscaper Discord. I see. Are we losing any cool mods from that fallen modder? What is this map? Okay, why is math so annoying? Why my fault? That was so much fun. You could physically hear him starting to shudder. Starting to stutter. Give a man a fish he eats for a day, teach him to fish, and he throws the fishing pole at you and yells, "I don't want to fish." Is that really what happened? He asked for a mod and you made a mod for him? Or someone made a mod for him and then he didn't want to actually do anything to fix it or make it better? Or that's kind of sad. It can be a lot to just have an alien setup that you have to work in. There were only 2 modders on TS, me and another dude, so it revolved around our mods. Okay, that makes sense. We were teaching him how to mod, and it was heavily dependent on your mods, I guess. What I'm understanding. You'll probably update them. Good on you. What mods are they? Taking a while. Oh, we're not even out yet. That explains it. Why is everything so bad? Is everything so crap right now? Oh, it's a big dungeon. But that's weird. Usually walking backwards teleport me. The universal UI and mod settings mod that the others rely on. First person mode, little weather system, runtime texture changer, and the multiplayer mod, of course. Not bad. Your custom item integration broke down. Everything else seems somewhat fine. Not too bad. Just that half your mods rely on that. Perfect. We'll have to work. So nothing gets offset. Good, because I turned that off. It's -1. Chunk size like 100. Position divided by like 200. Just so confused. This can't be where the problem is. it functions the first time. Oh, the other thing I wanted to try, and okay, for real, my problem with coding while streaming is that I do not have the attention to actually keep everything in mind that I'm supposed to be doing. Yo, Toast, how are you? Oh, give me a second. Click that. Just see where we spawn anything. I would also bet that everything's off. Why is it so slow? They all seem reasonable. Why? I don't know. No idea why it's running so 20 milliseconds. That's a lot. Off. Jeez. Of course, nothing's responsive because nothing's responsive, so nothing can be responsive. What did I do? I don't know. Okay. Clicking link. Gonna get distracted. Maybe switch to art. I'm learning. I'm learning that I really don't like programming on stream. I just don't have the attention span. Takes a lot. Ooh, this is kind of cool. This reminds me of Katamari. Wait, are the things shifting on the surface? I feel like they might be, but it's kind of hard to tell because it's rotating. I mean, yes, they have to move. Don't start. Interesting. This looks like a cloth sim. Increased resolution, maybe? Soft buys because particles refuse to cooperate. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love when it starts. I almost feel like you'd want to be. No. The gut reaction is like not depending on a bunch of systems. You should be able to model this, right? With having like heights and then slopes and then pushing things down slopes. First few seconds made you really uncomfortable until it looked more like a planet. Yeah, the opening's weird. I like it though. Switching tasks takes a large toll. Generally 15 minutes minimum. That's fair. That's fair. And yeah, when I program, I'm not usually talking about it. I like programming because it's like a bastion of solitude. It's like, you know what, I program well enough. Let's do it on stream. And it's I can kind of do it. I got some stuff done, but my brain goes so much more ADHD. I think art is the best way to go. Because I can look at art and I can see what's wrong and I can fix it. But I unload all the programming from my brain too often. Cloth is being a pain too. It's definitely a tricky problem to solve for. The fracture layer is above the spinning sphere at the start, and it falls down a bit. Okay. I'd almost want to do like a 2D-esque simulation where you create a height map and then just kind of push things away from the highest point and then recalculate every frame or so a new height map, so that way they move over each other and away from each other. But then again, I just did a whole bunch of like slope stuff with textures, so that's where my brain's at right now. Why would this even work the first? The problem was that it was drawing over other things. Like a lot of little weird things. And I already lost. I also don't know the time of day. My focus is like really high from like 9 to 1 these days recently. Medication changes, and that's what it's looking like. And then, yeah, from like 1 on, it's just kind of going downhill. And by 3 or 4, it's almost completely gone. So who knows? We might switch over to heart again. But I'm also kind of interested in Callus. What is this going to be for? I'm very interested. I just saw the whole Jenga FX update thing. They're working on their liquid gen, and Embergen already has technically fluid sim because smoke and fire is a fluid, technically. But yeah, then they have liquid gen. Just looking at all the flow fields that they generate. So cool. Want to do it. You're thinking world gen things? This is just a test? So would these be continents crashing into each other to make mountains? That's cool. You should also maybe check out the Jenga effects thing today. Man, he was saying all the right words because they're making it based off of a substance designer workflow. So all the nodes of like blurring and blending and adding and pretty much everything I just did in code. They have. They could be. That's something I think is cool. I did that in my substance designer world, I think, to make mountains. I generated pretty much just divisions for where the tectonic plates would be. Then each plate got its own direction, and I just pushed, and wherever they overlapped, that was where a mountain range would be. Very cool, very unnecessary though. I think we're doing it better now by just picking some spots and raising in between them. Okay, what was I looking for? Because that still broke. Moving. Okay, yeah. We walk around. Are we generating chunks in the right place? And find a new chunk. Or maybe it's way off. I was thinking yesterday, another thing that I should do is probably isolate choosing starting positions. We have to make sure that the starting position stays at an origin. Okay, that filled in the right place. Good stuff. Generating. That's after I came out of the place, right? Did it do negative 200 and then it does 0? Setup position, go to 0. Saving the wrong set. I think that gets overwritten anyway by the manager. It says, oh. Okay, this would be good if this is it. We already know that it's swapped to that. One thing that I have been thinking about Blender is that the one thing they just implemented I actually really liked, I want to have more access to, which would be the blur node. Blur was cool. Blurring 3D meshes to do erosion worked perfectly. Not that I eroded stuff. I don't know about slope. Slope you'd have to probably make yourself by sampling the surrounding pixels. Let's see what originally you just wanted to see particles show some Coriolis effect, but you didn't find a way to do that with Blender's forces. That above is just a mixed Hail Mary with other systems. I see. I'm gonna remember what the Coriolis effect is. Oh yeah, okay, that's what I was pretty much doing. With the winds. Cha. Catalyst. More and more, I think that you're just gonna remake my mech game. Just putting that out there. Maybe I'm just a great influence. Chalk it up to that. Not, not that you are. Oh wait, what was that guy called? Slate, Slurm, Sludge. Oh man, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory guy that's trying to steal all the secrets. Then all of those words I said also sound like they're from Futurama. So maybe not. Android. Wouldn't so what you're working on? Wouldn't you want to do it on a per vertex level, moving it based off of the height, the verticality of the sphere that it's on? So the top one keeps pushing. The ones that push out from the pole. That's too hard. The one that's right under that pushes up. I guess the ones in the middle kind of push to the middle, but there is a band of pushing out in between all the in. So you might not be too far if you want to polish it a little bit more. Not even getting called. Why is this not even getting called? Ah, we're not loading game. Hmm. That's just. And then it would be start or pausing it. Just plugged up. That's why. What is this? Why is it done in loading position? change it. Not happening at like world position. Be not offset. Okay, here we go. A little madness check. For plate tectonics, there would be moving masses, but it would also have to handle creating new solid mass and dissolve the sinking parts. This is true. I mean, if you need it to be 100% accurate, you could also fake a little bit of it and it would look similar, right? Yeah, dissolving sinking parts is just like having a minimum. Okay, so yeah, wait, Coriolis effect is weather and wind. You have the same Coriolis effect from the Earth's core moving plate tectonics? Gotta love the Unity subreddit. Terrain is 400 by 400. Should it be 512 by 512? Man. Yeah, wait. Is the general public considering a Reddit ban? Is that a thing? Or is it just mods that are perpetrating the thing? I haven't been to Reddit in a while. I only used it for trash, like Fallout and MechWarrior. So like, haven't been there in a while. I don't feel like I'm missing much. So I know I've missed a few things. Oh my god. Unity subreddit, it sounds like a horrible place. Just because half the people are like, oh my god, look at the new game that I made in a whole day and I put on the Steam store and please buy it. And the other half is like, oh my god, I've been working on this for a whole day and it's not working yet. Can you just fix my whole project? That's what I would imagine would be the big split. The two predominant opinions. And then maybe there would be someone that's like, hey, I've been working on this game for years. And then maybe someone smart that's like, oh, hey, here's a blog post about something interesting in Unity. But those would be probably rare. That'd be a bit of a forever project with all the layers of simulation that should work together. Catalyst, that's how you stop starting projects. How is your pile going to get bigger if you're not thinking about all the other problems that you could be kind of solving? Yes, but you don't know how much it would show with the mass involved. Atmosphere is quicker to react. I agree. But yeah, if you were talking about tectonics, then I'm like, I don't know if Coriolis effect is the thing that does the tectonics as much. Tectonics just push things together. Just mods. Please don't forget to take a rest on the 7th phase. Very important. How are you doing? I was doing this. don't think this is gonna work, but I'm not thinking properly. This is the fork of the road. We pretend we're gonna go both ways. Not, we'll just go in a completely different direction to find a completely different road. Completely different. Initial stuff works. Good. I know I'm kind of doing world gen, but while it is kind of a world, I never expected it to be a world. Not until I really started interacting with Revere and in Space Trucker was I like, oh yeah, people actually want full planets to be made, and not just flat things that have similarities to planets. I find that kind of interesting. Planets are just like largely a waste of time, right? Trying to make something round that people are going to walk on, like at such a scale that it almost feels flat. Why? Again, unless you need to land on it. At that point, you also don't need much. You're going to fade one out for the other, right? I mean, otherwise my map could just be mapped to a sphere. But it just feels like an extra step. Feeling now. Oh, happening the same. I'm just missing the thing that's actually functioning. That's the problem. Issue. Okay, just so we know. I don't know what the start's going to be. Why would this even be correct? Kind of makes sense. Landing on planets was the dream feature from when it was completely impossible. I mean, it's always been possible. You just cheat it. You just cheat it. It's not even that hard. I wouldn't think. But even so, then, you know, just going from polar to Cartesian and back should be easy enough. It was an elite. Elite dangerous. And I'm not gonna lie, such a disappointing game for me. I backed it, I was excited, and I got into my ship and I was like, wait a second, everything is restrained. It's not free space. It's a 2D game. The whole game is 2D. I'm in a cockpit in a 3D ship that can only move in 2 dimensions. I was very upset. Very upset. I gave it up almost immediately. Like, maybe you could move in, like, 6th off, but not by default and not easily. But, like, what's the point? Wait, what? What am I expecting to happen this? Yeah, totally wrong. Stop doing this. Going to 0. It should start. It should be the outdoor scene. Why does world position not show up? Word. That could explain it. Every single one that's starting is now changing the world position. Yeah, okay, so they have their own world position. That kind of makes sense. I'll try this, but I don't think it's. At least that feels like it might be the right thing. Woke up this morning having the knowledge that I could go into and out of a dungeon twice, and I was just super ecstatic. And I found out I can't do it a third time. Okay, I can taste the beautiful freedom that is not being under the thumb of this horrible project. I want to be on the ball. Not sure if the first game had planetary landing, but 2 and 3 did. Okay, wait, what are we talking about? Because Elite Dangerous only has 1? Wait, Elite what? Or is it just Elite? Is it a game I've never heard of? Maybe the best planetary takeoff and landing that I've experienced is Low Games. What is that one? No Man's Sky. One of the only things it had going for it at the beginning, but totally worked well. Games being Elite, Frontier, Elite 2, Frontier First Encounters. Aha, and Elite Dangerous is just 4th? 84, 93, and 95. Interesting. In those days, I was playing and absolutely rage quitting Star Wars TIE Fighter. On the 32X. Dangerous number 4. Setting the wrong way. From 600 and negative 600. Low trip. just like, does it need to be offset or not? Why would it go to negative? Also, man, am I baffled? Why would it do this? After like negative 1200 or something. 2 and 3 had Newtonian flight model. Speed goes into ridiculous numbers. Oh, that's kind of cool. I only played the third. So it sounds like from that, is 4 actually not as good as some of the earlier ones? I only played the third, so you haven't even played Elite Dangerous. Okay. Whatever. Alright, so I'll stop complaining until someone else knows what I'm talking about. This shouldn't even be set to anything. This is just truncating some crap. It is in the inload. At least we're kind of in a problematic before. Sense it. During dungeon. I don't even have entering. What? What's a warning? No, it should still be there. You have played ED? The old ones. Oh, okay. Dropped ED because there's nothing to do, just to grind. That's real. Probably not so much different from the early games, but didn't feel like there was any depth to it. Yeah. I mean, it was coming up in a time where I think games were being sold successfully on being community driven. But as soon as your community is like, oh, there's nothing here, I'm gonna wait for Star Citizen instead of playing this game. You know, people stare at ships that they pay for instead of interacting with other people, and therefore there's no communities. Just my theory. Because, you know, if you look into Star Citizen, it also doesn't have much, except for players' persistent efforts to do the same thing they've been doing after every wipe. That I can tell. It's improving a little bit, but like, what does mining matter? It's just something that you do together with people. What does trading matter? Definitely something weird about community-driven games. How do you jumpstart it? Entering dungeon should be going into a dungeon. We have nothing. Oh, didn't spell it right. Okie dokie. Now I've got. We'll get it. Maybe even today. Maybe you should not work today? That's fair. What's the alternative? What are we up to? On Unity, why do I have to click you a million times to get you to stop playing? Like, legit, this sucks. Unity, you suck. And I know that your solution to this in the future is we're going to turn your whole freaking editor blue. Because that makes it better that you have to wait forever to do everything in our stupid program that gets slower every freaking year. Sorry, little baby rage. Or not work on the usual stuff that comes up when you want to do something different. Fair. You didn't want to update mods. Screw mods. We don't need mods today. You know, you already do so much work making sure they're updated all the time. People can wait a day. Work on something clownish. Something unimportant. Don't be like me. This. I probably should be doing something different anyway. Work on something in a better environment. You need to document an animator to actually use it. You need to document an animator to actually use it. Okay, I think I know what you mean. You have to figure out what parameters you use and in what sequence to get something to work. Yeah. Makes sense. Entering dungeon at 000. That's where we know we have a problem. This is the problem. God, Unity sucks so bad. I can't even click into the program. I really can't. It takes 2 or 3 clicks and it takes seconds of my life. Absolute maddening. Okay, I have to take that out. That's not useful. 0 change to negative 400. 0 change to negative 200. Because they all start at 0. That makes sense, I guess. Such a puzzle. So it's like it gets loaded. Wherever it gets loaded, it turns that into a world position. That world position is getting corrupted because it's loading in a slightly different place, but it's loading correctly with an offset. So it loads correctly and then it messes everything up. Oh, I guess I'm not doing it. plus. I don't remember what the setup is. Negative 200. Find out. So wait, what animator do you need to document? Like the long dark player controller? Just doing that thing can't stop. Unity. Sad, but trying to get that, like, all my grass is brown. Every other fence has to have greener grass than that. Why has my hate for Unity just culminated? Fox came with a pretty nice animator. Kinda don't want to recreate it. That's real. Yeah, don't. You'll be able to just plug and play new animations. How big is it actually? Does it have layers? Need to know the parameter settings of the transitions? Yeah. And you might even need to know transitions on different layers, because that layers, you can hide so much of the animator by not checking all your layers. Getting tired. It's only 4:18. Okay, and that. Sure. I'm confused. Oh look, it's not even actually filtering. Plenty of things that would not be here if the filter was actually working. Okay, cool, thanks Unity, works so well. Or is it just in here somewhere? ENT that's just gonna... Well, I don't see an ENT, but I'm gonna just... Otherwise, it's just absolutely stupid. Not worth using. I'm running away. There are two that would go to... credit, but... anything either. I don't know how much that helps. If I print out the transform position, it's already offset. Why by loading correctly? Start messes up. Double check that they're starting in good positions and not being moved after they start. I guess. Dying inside. My inner flowers wilting. It's also kind of hot in here. And it takes 1,000,000 clicks. It just would have sat there. It would have just sat there is my biggest problem. I click into the program on the unplay button and it's just like, okay, we need 2 more clicks on the unplay button before we'll do fuck all for you. And maybe today's not the day. Maybe I found the end of my rope. Garbage ass Unity. It just keeps getting worse. They keep committing to the bad design decisions and people are just like, oh, isn't this how Unity always worked? Because people are not using Unity for like 10, 20 years. People are jumping in now and watching tutorials and be like, how do I do everything? And they don't know the wonder of a simple Unity. Only know the big cluttered mess. Honestly, just getting less and less worth it. Sorry, I'm dying inside or something. I don't know. I remember when being a dev used to be fun. I actually used to enjoy what I was doing. Repetition, anything. Not changing, nothing changing. Okay, everything's right. Everything's right there. In and we leave the dungeon. Those numbers all look fine. Wait a second. They just start working. In dungeon, out of dungeon. The dungeon door. Here's the dungeon door. What? Why does it work? I do. Yeah, that is the dungeon. That is the right dungeon even. Man, did we do it? Just stumble into the pothole of my success? Potholes, little did anyone know, are actually where success culminates. Runoff area. All of the almost successes. I don't know. Then why does this take forever? No, wait. No, wait. Restart everything and try. So poke code. What did I do? Mouse. Oh. Oh, you know what? I bet we didn't even leave the dungeon yet. If we're at 134 milliseconds. Anything even running? I don't know why it's running so poorly, but need to kill it. Task made. Good. That's a success. I can't go near anything. Hey, bye Unity. Hi. Hi desktop. Oh, BRB up. Not like I use my desktop, so don't judge me. Booting up. This works. Spiked. There's definitely some other load problem happening. Just gotta pay attention. Make sure it's working this time. And then we'll figure out what the weird loading hiccup is. Could be the dungeon. I hope the dungeon's not trying to save itself. Or like amend itself to itself. I can see that being a huge problem. Why does trigger surrounding happen all the time? That's not right either. Wow. That should only happen every so often, based off of player movement. Which I guess if we pull that out, things might even run faster. And optimize once we see. So we go in, come out, and that should be. Oh, this also looks like the same exact dungeon. It could be a coincidence. Better be a coincidence. I don't know how it would be loading the same exact dungeon. Oh. Say 1 in a million, but I only know based off like 2 or 3 rooms. I guess it's a much higher probability of getting 2 or 3 rooms for the same configuration. This is the first time out of the dungeon. Right? Maybe it's the second time. I lost track already. I am not one for repetitive tasks. Okay. I can load this. Yeah, alright, it's working. Woo! Try the other one, make sure that, yeah, it looks good for some reason. I'll take it. Dig into why we're losing frame rate after a couple of transitions. This should be a fresh, brand new dungeon. Should not be the other dungeon. Should have definitely a different layout. Small chance it'll have a similar. Okay, no, that's different. That is good. Now we leave. What does this look like? Are we at the right dungeon entrance? You're just really yelling right now. Computer, what did I do? Just point to the offending line of code. I'll fix it. No, it's yelling a lot. Yelling a lot. Oh. Not be that intense. %, CPU. And the memory is changing too. It's not responsive yet. Windows is. You know what? As long as I see number changes, sit for a bit. Could be something else to look to. And 3. I feel like that's my rule, right? You can do something once, it works once, that's fine. You can do it twice, there's a chance that you need to do stuff to make sure it resets properly. And then the third time, that's the killer. But you should never need to go beyond that. As long as it can reset after the first reset, can play a third time, it should be good. Plus, it's doing stuff. Memory is still going up. Oh god, we're in the right place. Let's go check where the starting point is. We just have to figure out what that horrible lag spike is. Yeah, there's the start point. Did it. And if the dungeons work, anything else should work. The dungeons are the most complicated thing we're putting down on terrain. There's a slight caveat that we made something different happen for the dungeons, but I don't think that's actually the case. I think we did that for loading the world position. Enemies should be in the right place. Huge sigh of relief. Baby rage over. It's not perfect, but it's kind of good. Figure out that weird third time lag bit. Okay, well now I don't want to do anything else. Good. I want to like commit this and then clean it. We could walk off for a while. Do that, and then maybe we'll switch to some art. What a win. Unexpected, but very welcome. Okay, so tomorrow, not that we're ending yet, but tomorrow is either going to be the Tetris portion of the world generation, which hopefully is like the last thing before we can really dig in and make it pretty. Or we do some art. The VOD channel is... Well, the VOD channel is going to have a long stretch of primarily coding and failures. You made it through that period of the VODs. I applaud you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment something stupid. Anything stupid. It's fine. I'll appreciate it. Kind, though. Kind and stupid. You're afraid to ask at this point? Ask what? What is a VOD? Video on demand. It's just a term that people use for like their old streamed content. Like everybody that's watching all this stuff on YouTube after the fact. Yeah, there's still VODs technically on Twitch, but Twitch deletes them, so YouTube is a good repository. For now. I know you talk about how YouTube is not reliable. I guess with the copyright strikes, it can be really bad. Someone can copyright strike you and take down your whole video, and you were saying they could just like delete it? Yes. I am on YouTube. Not in a great way. Really, it's just like, you know, our interactions. Everyone knows about you. All 10 subscribers. They know everything about our relationship. All that. It would be cool to get an editor that can splice together good stream moments or, you know, cohesive art videos. I'll probably just let them keep revenue until it gets high enough that we can split it. Yes. For now, it's just the uncut streams. I could imagine some really fun monster montages going up on YouTube. Sculpting, a little texturing, some animation. Might have to do something specific or special just to end it out. I guess B-roll, like glamour shots and stuff we could do. I don't know. I don't have an editor. There is no editor. If you're an editor and you're looking to, I don't know, edit something, let me know. Get at me. I'll try to make sure there's a business contact somewhere. Actually, the business contact, I think it's t3h_dangerraw@gmail.com. I think. It might not be an underscore. Again, I'll just put it somewhere. You'll be able to find it. So I guess that Zombie, you're not one of my 10 subscribers. I kind of was expecting you to be one. Because who's watching the danger? Hi, whoever you are. Current stranger, future friend. You remember adding a YouTube link to your portfolio? I think it was there though, which is really funny. I think I put it on my link tree. Definitely down in the description of here. But I think most of my subs are from YouTube recommendations. Thank you, YouTube, for actually serving my content up. Yeah, every once in a while I'll comment like just a funny moment because I want to remember it or like be able to look it up. We've had some times. I guess also if I'm MIA one day, you can have a daily dose of danger. The other thing, I'm trying to also get everything in playlists so you can actually check out the whole Morkoth being created or the whole. I have half the Lamia up, but it's not public. Anywho, yeah, I know some other people that put up VODs and then they have people edit the VODs into actual YouTube content. And then I think the scheme is just like the editor gets the money for a long time, for a while, unless your thing blows up. Because the discoverability of having good YouTube videos is kind of better than actually getting paid from the YouTube videos. Bringing people over to Twitch. Who knows if we stick? I mean, I think I'm going to stick with Twitch for a while. Kick is starting to pay people, I hear. $16 an hour to stream. I mean, that's some money. I could definitely make some video cards with that after months. I don't know. I should look into that. I'm a professional streamer. Get $16 an hour. It's not even minimum wage here. Not even close to minimum wage here. It's like $7 too cheap for minimum wage. Something like that. I don't know. My data's old. I think I heard in like 2020 or 2019 or something, they said by 2023 they wanted the minimum wage to go up to like $21, $22. Of course, this is before the horrible shrinkflation, greedflation thing happened. So yeah. Imagine editing streamed videos, the hours of it. Okay, so I have another tip there. The person that I know that does this, the person that edits their video usually hangs out in their stream. That way they get the recording when it's done and they already kind of know where to grab the highlights. Yeah. Oh, and here's the other thing. Here's the thing that's even more fun and less businessy, which is great, right? Uh, one of my favorite streamers that I was watching for a while kind of fell off. He used to have somebody that would download all of his VODs and edit them into songs. Like not too much auto tune, but like just making like jams out of the like ridiculous stuff he said. And I can imagine you could do some really weird crap out of the strange things that have come out of my mouth. Yeah, while it is hard to imagine someone actually going through and like watching and editing hours and hours and hours of content, I know at least two places that it's done regularly, or that it was done regularly. Then again, the songs that got made from the edited VODs, those ended up getting turned into sound alerts that you could pay to hear, and they'd be like 2 to 3 minute long songs. He was a speedrunner with a decent community, so it was kind of cool to like put on, give some money, play a jam. You could always find them on YouTube as well for free. I don't know. Someday we'll have an AI to do it, right? Probably like tomorrow. They'll be like, here's an AI that knows how to edit down videos. I'll just be like, get the fun, interesting bits. Go. Cool. I like how seamless everything is. And how we're still only at like 5 milliseconds. Okay, that was a little hiccup. But if we go by the old hiccups, they were like 6 seconds, and then out of the editor in a build, it would be like 2 seconds, and it would feel like a breath of fresh air. I don't know if you'd actually see a hiccup here. It would be such a small issue. And I wonder if I could massage it. It's easier to make that hiccup worse than better. Is anyone here done editing? Not that I'm gonna corral you, but yeah, I was editing for podcast for a bit. It is so much work. If you need everything, that is. Like, I'm sure an editor could just be like, hey, Danger, I'm willing to do your stuff. And they would literally just zoom to different parts and put together a montage. Just be like, oh, okay. As long as the model changes, we'll just skip through, find some points, use your script to do the voiceover. We're done. But man, if you need every piece of content and you need all of the communication between people to be succinct and clear without gaps or pauses or people talking over each other, it is a ton of work. It's definitely one of those things which the amount of content that you need to go through is, I don't know, like a half or a quarter of the time that the full project would take. 5 hours of footage of a text editor. ChatGPT, make fun and interesting 15 minutes of this. But yeah, it would find when I say stupid things and it would stream those together. Somewhere in a data center, our server pops a lid. So to be fair, I think the art would probably get made into YouTube videos first. And the programming, we would probably cut almost everything everything text-based out. And probably just have like iteration after iteration, or just an update. I actually think for the game, for programming stuff, it would just be nice to be like, oh, here's how it works now. Here's a feature. Here's an improvement. Now it's going more into like Patreon stuff, I think. And wait, you can't ask ChatGPT anything like that, though. ChatGPT makes something fun and interesting. It's just going to invent stuff. It's going to hallucinate. It's going to have nothing to do with me. Yo, coding. What up? I think I fixed my bug. We have other bugs, but I'm too lazy for that. We made progress today. What's up with you? How was it Colombia? Were you in Colombia? Everyone keeps talking about Colombia. I assume it's you. How was it? I'm just being super lazy. I did my code. Mostly functions. And when I go too far, everything jiggles. GG to progress. Thank you. Yeah, how's the bot going? Sorry, I've been like dead at night recently. Yeah, I think I was in there for a second yesterday. Man, just bleed zombie. So apologies. I'm gonna go grab a Monster Energy or something. I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna be there for the Coding with Strangers stream. Man, that's a good time. Excited to see that bot finally work. Working on it now? You're on the last part before building the container. That's so exciting. Well, congrats to that. That's awesome. So next time I'm in your stream, which that's tonight, right? Tonight I might actually be able to be the perfect lurker. Excited. So I'll probably say hi tonight. I'll do my best. That's exciting. Also, can't wait for the YouTube video. I have ideas of bots. I don't. I'm lying. I'm sorry. Can't do that. It would be cool to make a bot though. I think for the redeems, it could be cool to just get the redeems. I don't know why Twitch hides them. Like, why wouldn't you just put them in chat? Like, they exist in chat, but they don't go through the IRC. Maddening. Like, I kind of get subs. Like, maybe you don't want to be monitoring someone else's channel for when they get subbed to. Because they pay for them. Wait, they pay for the redeems? I mean, I guess there is a server cost. Never really thought about it like that, though. It's also a little sad. At least in my stream, redeems are completely neglected. Once I get a bot that can read them, we'll touch them again, but man, if it can't interact with your stream without you pressing a button, it just feels useless. And all this way, and we're just in a temperate forest. Temperate forest. Computer's yelling at me. And we're having a time. We are like 10,000 off of Origin. We're out there. Also kind of afraid to add full instance stuff. I feel like all the grass and the trees are gonna really kill things. Just first looking into them, they looked so efficient. And then I actually put them in and it's like, you actually have a few milliseconds. And I should do something today. I have like an hour left. Work on Troll or something random. So I have to stop this. My room is getting really hot, and I think my computer yelling is everything to do with that. What to do now? Try some like low-hanging fruit. I don't know. I haven't looked around today. Low-hanging. Oh yeah, okay. I have a million messages. A million wonderfully unique messages. Here, this is a good one. I don't need you. For your surrounding, you're also an offender. You know what? No, I dropped in yesterday to Coding with Strangers stream, and I think I was there for like a few seconds, and I heard a job announcement that a recruiter actually contacted Hero They position for a project management personnel. That's cool. Wait, that's not the. I didn't mean to. Oh. We're surrounded. We can find it. None of these. We have a lot to clean. $35 to $55 an hour. Not terrible. Get another one for data science? I'm always on the fence. Like, I always have some contracts that are like threatening to give me a lot of money for putting in a couple months work. And just the threat of the easy money. Maybe not the easy money, but you know, not the job strings attached kind of money. Too much for me to jump ship. What about the data science one? Is that any good? By good, I mean fun? The content that I'm doing at work is more important to me than like that's easy money is a trap, but if you want to get your feet wet, not bad. Well, it's easy money for me. That's the way I work. It's easy. It's harder for other people. Can do what a whole studio would do, pretty easy. But yeah, then finding someone that's willing to pay that much for a project. Again, yeah, covering a studio. You don't want to have a project last years. You need the right size project. Work is important to have value. I agree. Totally. Yeah, I don't know. Part of it is like, to me, what the easy money might actually be is getting the job, because you just show up, you like do whatever they tell you, you get the money and you go home. And the trap is that you don't actually have a way to get out of that, because you like depend on the money coming in and you don't have time to actually make anything else happen for yourself. Whereas contracting is like, yeah, I'm poor for a while, but while I'm poor, I get to figure out what I want to do next. It's only really been recently that I have had a rut of no contracts. But it's changing. Let me tell you, like a month ago, I was legit like, hey, friend, what do you have for jobs? I might be willing to job. And then all the contracts came back in. A weird world we live in. Doubly weird for freelancers. And like, how do you do it? You code all night and you work in ER in the day? Is that right? Doing some actual big brain, helping society. And then you come home and you entertain us. You're just such a champion. Okay, yeah, fortunately, I do think I have some places that I would be targeting if I actually hang up the contracting stuff. Probably be going towards anatomy, because I have some anatomy skills, art skills. Probably doing some medical recreation. Probably still be fun. Not all heroes wear capes? That's right. You do have a cape, right? If not, we might need to get you a cape. Just because it'd be appropriate. You know, the hero that has a cape, but not always. least we're not debugging too much. We have to take out a lot of this crap. Just got through like the hardest 3 days of my debugging life. Not even close. But I just want to relax now. Maybe we switch to troll. Maybe we do that. I think this is heating everything up. Yeah, sorry VOD frogs for not having better titles and split content. Troll. That's right. I think it's a troll. Okay, so I've been saying it for a while. Let me just pop it up. I think I accidentally got a likeness of a person. And that person, I mean, no offense, I accidentally made them a troll. And you know what? Maybe they'll be like, I don't think it looks like that guy at all. And that's fine. That'll be better. But subconsciously, I may have made on internet. Here he is. Al Kindle from BattleBots. This is Al Kindle with Blacksmith, a fun bot. I like him. Actually, the new one has a spinner on it. Anywho, and then, you know, subconsciously, without looking at any images, I accidentally make this. You are kind of a svelte trollish Al Kindle. Oops. Anywho, let's swap a better screen. BRB screen first. So I can continue watching Grimy. Really, I kind of want to push his body to like some weird. You don't think it looks close? That's good. That's good. I mean, if it was intentional, that'd be bad, but totally not intentional. Maybe I should do all of the BattleBots major players as different monsters. I could actually do it on purpose. That could be interesting. Oh, and tablet. Start working, please. Oh, and the monitor's hot. There's just no escaping the heat. Okay, yeah. I want to do some body reconfigure. Just a little too humanoid. I'll just play around with it a little bit. Alright, it's a little bit more fully. Let's do symmetry. That's kind of weird. One hand's absolutely broke. So we thought that we finally beat Katamari yesterday. And then we just unlocked the rose level, where they want you to roll up 1 million roses. And they save your progress if you have to leave. We got 8,000 something. So mind-numbing. I don't know if I can do it. I mean, I probably will, but it's gonna feel like a grand waste of time. Maybe I don't. Maybe Katamari's done. But it was worth it. If anyone's thinking about picking up the new Katamari, go for it. Kinda. Or the pelvis. Pelvis probably shouldn't be right under the rib cage if we're doing gamer mode. Not terrible. Hey, we got the world stuff done today. If we keep splitting the streams up like we are, then tomorrow we'll do Tetris stuff. And more world pop. But we're almost done with world. I may sound sad. I'm super happy about it though. It's been a long time coming. So he has to twist his arms a bunch. Can I picture him more of a knuckle dragger? Oh, it's past 5. Kind of love having Grimy calling out times as I work. Kind of nice. Anybody else? Also, secretly, it's the best way to snipe him. So we can raid him before we get raided. So maybe not today. We've been working on icons again. I feel bad for Grimy. He's always stuck in the UI shuffle. The torso feels a little bit too long. And then maybe just like the whole body's too long. Not the feet, they were perfect. Maybe that should be my get rich quick scheme. I'll just make a monster footopedia. That's it. We're just gonna sculpt monster toes for the rest of the stream. By rest of the stream, I mean every stream from here to the end of existence, or until people aren't into feet anymore. The belly looks very slightly above middle-aged man. Good. Good. I mean, it's a troll. Right? I'm trying to figure out what a troll should actually look like. It's easy to start with buff dude, but then you're like, should be less human, right? I wouldn't know. I have a wonderful swimmer's body that I don't work for. I'm what you call skinny fat. I'm skinny, but there's no way it's healthy for me. You mean it's a troll? I feel like everyone's getting offended because people troll on the internet. But like, I guess I never realized so many people identify themselves as trolls. Sorry. Sorry if you consider yourself a troll and if you somehow relate to this. Not the intention. I've completely erased pelvis. I'm thinking, so this is already slightly more World of Warcraft than like the Tolkien trolls, but like Hobbit movie troll. I always see that and I'm like, oh yeah, they're always just gonna make trolls just big, freaking round, dumb looking things. This is the society we live in. We cannot get past this being a troll unless you have someone pushing something really different, which I don't know if World of Warcraft is much better. It's nice that they had a culture for trolls, but the fact that they are way too close to an actual culture, something weird about it. Especially because trolls are, there's like a primitive nature to them. Oh wait, please don't be prawn. Can't trust the internet. One moment. You consider yourself more a middle-aged zombie. That's fair. Okay, yeah, this is mostly safe for work. Yeah, this is like the most innovation we've had on troll in a long time, I think. And the female trolls just kind of look like big goblins. The male trolls, I think, are the most unique. Very interesting. But, yeah, I don't know. You get either this troll or you get this troll, which is even not that dissimilar from like the cave troll from Lord of the Rings. I mean, they're kind of cool, but I want to go away from the sloth from the Goonies, I think. You're not a troll? You would never troll? You especially would never shitpost? I'm glad, Yag. Upholding the virtue of the internet. But the belly looks similar if you let yourself go too much. I mean, good. If you want to give me a different shape, if you're like, here's how we change the anatomy of a troll, I'm here for it. What do we do? How do you see it as being different? It is hard making fantasy monsters. Because you gotta go with nature for a lot of your reference. Yeah, lots of people. Jealous of those people that can really do crazy out there fantasy stuff. I'm okay at more natural anatomy, and I need to find a way to like push myself out of the envelope, out of the comfort zone. But yeah, now I can just sit. So this looks like zombie after he wakes up. He's like, "Where's all the food? Where'd all the food go?" Mm-hmm. Mental note. Unsub. Oh, zombie, you are the one that brought it up, not me. uh, I mean, I have this posture often enough. If I ever find a way to gain weight, I'm sure I would end up looking a lot like this. So, yeah, no offense. I think I have multiple factors in my life that are keeping me, say it again, skinny fat. I'm skinny, but there's no way I'm healthy. Your posture is better? Well, there you go. Then it's a little of you, a little of me. My posture can be better, but I degen with the best of them. Butts are hard, especially when you don't want to do like a full butt, because that's not the content we're making. You haven't let yourself go that much for quite some time now? That's good to know. A healthy zombie is a healthy zombie. Your ass is way nicer? Yeah, I'm gonna have to take your word for that. I doubt I'm ever gonna see your ass. You know what? Maybe butts are my biggest sculptural weakness. That might be true. Not healthy, just not eating much. Well, you know what? Zombies not eating could be healthy for everybody. But also, don't get malnourished. That's not good. My problem is I eat too much to eat good food. Good food's expensive. Like, yeah, from here on, I would just eat for the rest of the day. If only I could. We don't need it, but we put butt in. There we go. You're welcome, chat. I guess I could do. I really don't want to. That's as much as you get. Much. You get this random art piece pick somewhere? I missed something. I'm willing to see random art piece pick. Oh wait, no. If it's up your butt, I guess how artsy is it? I guess I will take. If we have a spectrum, I guess it would have to be a triangular spectrum. But we had a spectrum from art, prawn, and like scientific. I would take art or scientific. Anything on that line would be fine. Anything going too close to the prawn one, yeah, I'll pass. Your brain hard to find these days? Social media? Yeah, social media will kill you. Not your butt? Thank you for telling me that. I was legit do I click this? Is this something that I want to put on stream? And my internet's slow today. Bad breakfast. I like that. Small as I can. Boop, boop. I love it. I love how three-dimensional it is. The drop shadows are really good. I like the cutout steam and smoke. That's really good. Do you actually own this? Is this on your wall somewhere? No, it is probably not. Just spoke to you? I mean, I get it. I like it. I like it. How many NFTs did they mint off it? Just kidding. Kidding. I wouldn't buy them anyway. Not on your wall? Random pick you found? Fair. Why haven't I invented in a photo frame yet? Really should. And then I can actually have my own artwork. Kind of like scroll. Or anything that I find. Man, imagine having like the memes channel from Discord just like randomly playing. And more people would be encouraged to actually post so everyone would see it and you could see others. That'd be brilliant. Maybe that's the bot we need. We need a Discord bot that's gonna push everything from one channel to a photo frame. Now you know where you found it? Look at that price. I'm worried. LA cookies? No LA cookies. Oh my goodness, really? That's a price. I like that they put the little calculator next to it. I like that it has a really big mat and then it has a really small mat. I kind of love it, but yeah, oh my goodness. This is why you just need a printer. You just need to print all the art that you like and tape it to your wall. Because it's good art. I just don't know if it's 1,400 euro good art. Wouldn't it be better if more people could have it? In like, I don't know, their kitchen or something? Around 1.6 to 1.7 USD. So much money. For that price, you'd assemble one photo frame of any size. I might take you up on that. Let me just call someone that needs a billboard. But really, I don't know why I haven't taken advantage of photo frames. They seem like kind of a perfect future technology, right? Then again, it might just be a monitor that has a nice bezel. In that size, you could have 2 layers of matte if you want. What is the size of this? 22 by 26 centimeters. This is tiny. This is absolutely tiny. Because half of that is matte. More than half of that is matte. So like, I don't know. What, 7 centimeters across on the inside or something like that? And then convert that to inches. It's like 2 or 3 inches across. It's 2 inches. Is it 1 inch across? Sorry, my math is really not doing great. 2.5 centimeters is an inch, right? Okay, so it's like, yeah, like 3. This image that is 17,000 USD is like 3 inches on its longest side. Sorry, my mind is just continually being blown here. And you know what? I don't even like matting. I just gotta be honest. As far as art goes, I would almost always prefer like from bezel to bezel. I don't need a margin around my image. Usually. There might be some exceptions, but I don't even want the matte. It'd be really funny to have an image that is like 2 by 3 inches framed really tight, just hanging somewhere. There's some kind of joke in 17,000 for 3 inches. There really is. You know what? I have to send this to the wife. She's probably not going to be impressed, but you know what? You don't get a rise out of someone unless you. Okay? But the pick is more like 10. It's more like 10 inches. Is it really though? When it says format 22 by 26 centimeters, does that not include the frame? Is that not shipping? Not shippable size, right? Because also think how amusing that would be if you just got your size wrong and you're like, okay, this is going to be a really big wall hanger. We can just put this right over the fireplace, and it's actually like 3 inches. What is motif size? So there's 350 copies. Motif size is 5 by 7 centimeters. And then the sheet format is 20 by 24 centimeters. Format in the frame is 20 by 26. So is it blown up to fit into the frame, or is the... I don't think I understand enough art words, honestly. Format in the frame. You're not blowing it up to put it in the matting, are you? Eight centimeters, so 2 inches, right? Like, I'm really glad that I got my math right, because it was totally off the top of my head. Motif size is the actual picture. I'm dying. That's amazing. That dude took cardboard and felt pens and sketched 6 pieces on A4, cut them up, sells them for $1,400 a pop. Pretty much. He did it 350 times. I don't know if that's good or bad. I guess that just means he can make more money. I feel like if I do the same thing, it's not going to be worth that, though. If you look through the page, he did a lot of those. Most with even less work. Wait, really? Some of these are cool. Oh my god, yeah, he has a style. Alright, let's look. Like, this is cool. I feel like I've seen things like this. The art style's nice. Do that again. You know, it's a diverse piece. It's cool. Divine Wine. This one should be double because I feel like the market is perfect for this. Right? Is this not like an expensive mom piece? I don't know who else would want this. This is definitely a mom piece. You could hire a bunch of school kids to do the work. That explains that the dude is dead. Oh, we just need to fake my death. And somehow make a limited run on my renders. The 3D nature is really cool. Not that I feel like I fully get it here. I get a little drop shadow, but... Man, why do you only get the money after you die? Me painting me? I kind of love this. This might be the best. But again, they're all priced the same. And I'm amazed they're all available. This is from 21 years ago. I guess everyone else is like, I'm not paying that much for a tiny image. There's at least one Polaroid of a flipper and some text about Andy Warhol. Pinball machine. Okay. I mean, Warhol was the biggest scam artist though, right? Not even commenting that his art's bad, but like it's documented that he created his studio and then got his interns to make a bunch of stuff and then sold his interns' work. So like, even if you don't like the work, then you can just be like, well, it was made by interns and stolen by Warhol. Though, something is to be said about having a good eye, I guess. Finding someone that can do cool art, pushing them to make a cool piece, and then drumming up the excitement over that piece in the art community. But still, art's messed up. I doubt you can hear that. Man, my computer's just so mad. You have a really difficult time appreciating this art. Yeah. That is true at sometimes. There's some art that I'm like, I really wish this wasn't considered art and then popular. Oh wait, yeah, if we could throw shade. Who wants to throw some shade with me? I have an artist that I absolutely despise. I think he's the worst artist in the world, and he's so popular. He's very famous. People love him. New York loves him. And I see him all over the place, and I have to say I hate him every single time I see him. The knee-jerk reaction. Keith Haring is such a horrible artist. I said it. I said it. There we go. I'm going to pull some of it up so you can also hopefully think the same thing as me for a moment. And then you can, generate your own thoughts. But just a moment of being like, yeah, he's kind of crap. That's all I need. Oh. What is this? Orange Ringlet 1. It is a Roman numeral, so that makes it, you'd think, more expensive. Unique, so there's only one? This makes me feel like I should just be making random stuff and putting it up on this German art website and just seeing who wants to buy my unique bent acrylic that you can screw to a wall. For $400. Like, yeah, I would take that. I would take $400 for a random piece of art that I made. Oh, the third one is not as good as the first. This one's only $350. It's cool though. I really like how the light, there's a word for it. Propagates through it. Like accentuate on the sides. Really cool. Orange Cringe 1? Perfect. I mean, I kind of like it. That price is way too much. Anyway, Keith Haring. I see this garbage everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. And I just can't. It is the worst art. I don't know why anyone likes this. Like, oh my god, it's so good. Can we just bury it, please? Just don't. Like, nothing I like about this. Like, oh, you have all these humans, and they have all these movement marks around them. Oh, it's so cool. It's so bubbly. And then you have a wolf. Oh, but they look like a human, too. Can't. Washed up trash artists. They just made way too much money off of New York being like, oh, your art's not offensive and not interesting. Let's put it all over our subway, because no one will be offended by something that's this dumb. Anyway, okay. That's still a thing? Haven't seen anything like that since ICQ and AIM Messenger. You're lucky. I see it everywhere. We even had a neighbor move in that has put, which one is it? I feel like I saw it. My internet's going slow. It looks a lot like this one, but who can tell his art apart? We have like a doormat that looks like this now. And I walked out and I'm like, oh, fucking Keith Haring. I'm not like super offended. I don't need it gone or anything. I'm just like always surprised when more Keith Haring bullshit pops up in my life. I'm just like, why haven't you been erased yet? Oh my god, best buddies. Oh, it's so cool. I need to have this. I'll pay $1 million for it. Like, this is cool, but this really isn't what he got famous for. Just all these stupid jiggling people. Oh, and that one holds a pyramid. Anyway, yeah, that's the artist I don't like the most. Hey Gav, how are you? You've been doing a bit of art. That's cool. What kind of art have you been doing? Hopefully I'm not going to offend you by hating on Keith Haring. Hopefully you're doing something different. What do I think about Herndetwasser stuff? I don't know. Let's look it up. Like, there's some artists you might think I would think is dumb. Oh, this looks dope. This feels completely different because it's not made in Microsoft Paint. Like, this house is amazing, and then his art is great. Like, this is different. This took a lot of time and effort. All of the lines, all of the parallels, the perspective, the distortion. Nothing of this feels like an accident or phoned in by a child. Even though some things are childlike, it all feels like it was put together with an expert. And then you have Keith Haring. It's just, yeah. Oh, I like this one. I like the faces and all the things. Cool. Yeah, never heard of him before. It's a university dorm? Hey, I'll take it. I would love to live in a university that looks like that. Because it's in Vienna. Oh, yeah, I would take that. I wonder what the inside's like. Because you would hope that it's eschewing the like right angle thing all over the place. Mastered the art of marketing? I guess. Like the thing about the New York subway picking up his art, like I think he was doing graffiti. And then New York was like, well, we can't stop people from doing graffiti. Let's pick the worst graffiti artist, and we're going to pay him a lot of money to do graffiti. We'll find the most boring, whitest artist we can to funnel all of the city's extra money in. And that's Keith Haring. That's what we got. So maybe he marketed himself. Maybe he was in the right place at the right time. Oh. Oh, is that not artist? Not that kind of insane guy? What do you mean? Now I'm interested. There's one guy that I always want to remember, and I have a name for him in my head, but I look it up and it's never the right guy. I have to ask the wife again. The art's the one that really, or the wife is the one that really, art has introduced me into quite a bit of different stuff that I normally have. What? I say his name was like Jason Wiener. He's a conceptual artist. He would do things like writing words on the wall, and the words just be poetic and artistic. Anyway, I'll have to ask the wife. I can never find him. May get a bit warm this summer. It's already warm. This is cool. This is like right out of Aladdin. I love this. But you get to live in a tower, right? The coolest tower. Not many towers get bigger as you go up. Most get tiny. So when you're at the top of a tower, you're in like a room you can barely move around in. This is great. Like, I want to ascend the stairs. That looks beautiful. And it looks like the stairs just have places to go off and chill, like the coolest cafe. I love it. I want to go there. Where is this? This is Abensburg, Germany? Well, now I have a reason to go to Germany. Found it? Like a true mad wizard? Exactly. I kind of expect to see something like this in like Loot Ghislaine from Diablo 2. Of course, that's a little bit more sandy. The Realms of the Unreal. Okay, that sounds cool. I like those words. Also, thank you for distracting me. I don't actually have to work. I appreciate it. You get Hunter Twasser all over. Cool. Do you have one close to you? I was gonna make a zombie visit. Which one would we go see? There's reasons why I'm not putting this on screen. Let me find a good one. It's less. A lot of these are so good. They're like messed up children's books. It's great. It's just something about like the positive space in the sky. Very cool. I have an hour of time. You know, I might at some point. What is this? Whole story about the guy. Solitary, kind of insane. Uh, and the whole story he wrote is eerily fascinating. Weird. Seems a little creepy. I'll give it a shot. The guy didn't have a nice childhood. Seems he poured his trauma in this epic that consumed his life in the end. Ah, that's kind of interesting. That oddly reminds me of the Nighthawk Diner. I feel like it's something that I see everywhere. The Nighthawk Diner, it's just like really famous. And yeah, after I read about it, I'm kind of like, why is this so famous? I don't feel like it's used properly. But this is the Nighthawk's Diner, or Nighthawks. Very famous image. You've probably seen it in a bunch of places. It's cool. I don't know. At first, it gave me a really warm feeling, and I started reading about it and how the artist, someone pictured here, had like the most awkward relationship with his wife, where they were like, almost like, why were you married? Like, I don't think the two of you even liked each other. And he sketched this over years and years, kept re-sketching it, trying to get everything just right. Where like this guy's nervously seeing if he needs to like help anybody. This guy's trying to say to himself, these two are together, but they're so not together at the same time. Their hands are like really close, but they're not touching. Like there's nothing else going on in the scene. There's no cars. The whole thing was designed to help elicit a feeling of like loneliness, or like when you're with people, you're still alone. I'm just like, why is this so perpetrated everywhere? Just put it all over the place. I like it. I think it's really cool. The lighting is good. The color choice is amazing. But yeah, when I actually looked into it, I found one of the most sad men I've ever heard of. It's creepy and weird and strange, but so fascinating. Yeah. You love that picture so much. You and me both. And it is really good. I think in the wiki, it might actually have some of the sketches. No, not quite. It has the Simpsons illusion. Meh. But it's one of the things I want to see. I guess it's on my my bucket list is to go see this. I think it's in Chicago, like University of Art Chicago or something like that. Someday. Uh, Hope I don't see any Keith Haring. Watch it be right next to a Keith Haring. Man runs screaming out of museum. Screaming, I hate Keith Haring. I can't get away from Keith Haring at the top of his lungs. More details at 11. Yeah, so what art are we going to do? Put up on a random German art site. 400 for bent acrylic. I feel like the fact that they're unique and they're not sold means that I could also make something unique that won't sell. Maybe there's a chance that it will sell, but when it does, hundreds. Hundreds of German dollars. Right in my pocket. Maybe it should be like Clippy art. Not to steal everything from Ear, but maybe steal everything from Ear. He's a smart guy. What if it was all Clippy? What if we have a series of Clippy suggesting things that's just surreal? Clippy being like, I see you have a hammer. It would be faster to saw it with a insert random thing here. With an onion. Perfect. Cut it, ship it. Yep, and when I'm rolling in my millions, I'll still stream, I promise. I won't get too big for you, chat. Stream from my yacht. It'll be fine. It'll be cool. You think we need a name first? People won't buy if they don't know us. But maybe they need to not know us. And then we need to fake our death. And then they'll hear about the headline. We just need a fake person. Can we be architects too? I'd like to build strangely fascinating and wholly impractical houses too. I mean, yeah, if we can find a way to do that, why not? What a great legacy that would be. I wonder how they'll speak of us. It'd be like, Catless and his contemporaries worked on many projects of many varieties. Because, you know, history distorts stuff. This is dope. Sorry, put it on screen. This is amazing. Yeah, if you made this and I helped, then it would definitely be like danger in the footnotes. I love the siding on the bottom. I want to live in a spaceship. Oh, a spaceship with rafters. This is amazing. Hard to ship around the world? I think the architect thing is less about selling and more about how can you be a famous artist at a certain level without having done prominent, well-known architecture. Man, this has to be the coolest place. Where is this exactly? Holy crap. I'm not even there and I'm having a moment. Look at the clouds. Dang. Oh, this isn't Cali. Oh, then it's like $1 million. $1 billion. I like it though. Yeah, if we build one of those, how would we not be well-known artists? It's better than shipping around the world. You ship yourself around the world and leave weird buildings. Hey, that solves the whole problem of getting plots. And, you know, if they're willing to ship you, they're probably willing to buy materials. Okay. All right. I see the avenue. So when do we break ground? Who's our first client? Or do you have a house design already? Maybe we should be doing weird house designs. I know we need some weird fantasy houses. At least tree houses, right? Whatever elves are in my world, they will have to have some sort of tree house. Maybe not as the only house, but something. And then the wife was like, oh, it'd be so cool if they weren't houses on the trees, but more like walkways on the trees to hanging houses between the trees. And that was brilliant. I want to give her credit for that, but I'm totally stealing that idea. That house is around Hollywood Hills, so you can't even film from it. I'm just kidding. That, yeah, it must be really expensive, but also really nice. Maybe I'm weird, but does anyone else feel like if you have a house that big, almost everyone should know who you are? Right? How do you get a house like that in such a prominent, beautiful location and that's not like public knowledge? It's been filmed in though. Oh, so that probably raises the price even more. Anything I would have heard of? Somebody needs to try and sleep. Good luck. Stay cool. See you tomorrow. Bye, zombie. We'll figure out what house we're building and we'll fill you in. Actually, it's pretty much the end of stream. We should end the stream soon because it's hot. I'm like killing time anyway. Cause man, I kind of like the head and I kind of like radiating out from the head, but as soon as you get to the midsection out, it's all bad. I don't like any of it. Yeah, any ideas? Is there like a shape for a house you would want to make? Are you like, it should obviously be Blender default cube house. That could be kind of cool. If the walls were all like that electronic dimming glass, you know what I mean? Like the showers that you just press a button and it like goes opaque. That would be awesome. Sphere or a dome? Now, sphere, that sounds like you're making the hardest thing in the world to make. Or you're making a mini Epcot. Most awesome and difficult to utilize shape? Fair. I respect dome. I respect sphere too, you just have to do it right. Buckminster Fuller cannot possibly be wrong. Looking it up. I've heard these words before. They're British. Buckminster Fuller. No, American architect. I know nothing. Oh yeah, okay, he did Epcot. I feel dumb now. He was expelled from Harvard? I like him. Notable ideas Cloud 9. Is Epcot called Cloud? What? Airborne habitats created from giant geodesic spheres. Oh, so you're not like living in this. I guess you could. It's kind of cool. Tell me this isn't like the coolest future you could think of. Just humans living in spheres suspended above the world. He's the Fullerin guy? Dymaxion house. I'm gonna copy pasta that. I'm not gonna try and type that out again. Axion. Okay, wait a second. I put in Dymaxion. The first thing I get is this absolutely wonderful. I don't even know what vehicle this is. A station wagon? A minivan. Don't know. Okay, wait. House. I chose the wrong one. All right, let's go back to images. You had a vision? Yeah, I can appreciate it. From what I'm seeing so far, like Dymaxion, just all of this. Is it a house vehicle? Is that why I'm confused? Because I see a vehicle and it is a house? Okay, I'm gonna put in house. If I still see a car, I've made up my mind. Nope. Nope, it's, excuse me, but it's a boob house. Wish it wasn't inside of something. Like, it's kind of cool. Do you not have an exterior? Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. Not gonna lie, it looks a little weird here, but maybe a neighborhood full of them would be good. You need more. They kind of mar the landscape. I like the house itself. I don't like more than one. You made both? I think it may be made of materials that fare better inside a museum. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. It's kind of cool. This is ugly and just feels like a huge waste of space. Also, must be weird to have round rooms. Like, we're all very accustomed to having corners and flat walls. You would need to design like bookcases that are curved. You recall those houses had some difficult structure design features, like cable suspended roof. Oh yeah, wait, I think we have an image of it. Yeah, I see wires. I mean it's avant-garde, right? Forward thinking, has a cool design. Maybe kinda happy that it didn't become a thing. Oh, but then I see the interior and I'm like, I like this. Like a very open concept house. Not very attractive from the outside. Why round though? Did he have a reason? The roundness was one issue. It's terrible to divide into rooms. That makes sense. Unless, yeah, you divide it like a pie. Hmm. Here's a good. It also feels a little too open, like you don't actually get to control who sees into the house. Something very Fallout about it, though. Like, it could work. It's also because of the cable support. If you bump it in one place, the whole building vibrates. Yeah, maybe not so good. I have to give him a weapon. Do something. I don't know. He like kind of works, but he also really doesn't. Run. I gotta figure out how to do the big belly plus the hunched back, and what do I do in here? It's just too much. Pull stuff down. We'll figure that out maybe tomorrow. No idea what we're doing tomorrow. Well, think about the house we'll build to get famous so we can make random dumb pieces of art on a German website and get maybe rich. At some point, does it matter if you're rich? I feel like having the entry on the German art site with just the price tag and your name on it might be enough to start your clout. Anyhow. Oh no, Grimey's doing the shoutouts. Yeah, I might go because we're wasting so much time doing nothing. Thank you everyone for joining me. Let's wind down. We might have a grimy raid, I guess, and then we'll just redirect people. I'm hungry and hot. We got so much done. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining me. Anyone have anywhere they want to raid? Alex, you know, Monkage is doing Necron. We like 40k, right? Let's go check out the homie doing 40k. Right? Sounds good. I expect a full brief tomorrow on what we're doing for the next 5 years of our life. No pressure. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining me. I appreciate all of you, my lurkers, my chatters, my VOD watchers. I hope to see you tomorrow between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check out the Discord if you want. Find out when I go live. Grab, pics from stream, whatnot. Yeah, I'll see you later. Bye. Have a great day. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Maybe fake your death. Maybe. Consider it, but not illegally. Okay, that's me. Bye. Yeah, no pressure.